My love, please don't come home tonight. He's here. That was the voice message that hit my phone at 11:47 p.m. The tremble in her voice, fear mixed with something else, clawed straight into my chest. I replayed it 5 times, each replay making me feel more insane. I was out of town for a 2-day conference, expecting my girlfriend, Maya, to be bored and missing me. Instead, I got that message. I called her. No answer. I texted. Delivered but not read. My mind spiraled. Was she in danger? Was someone trying to break in? Was she seeing someone? Every possibility felt worse than the last. 20 minutes later, another message came. A single line. Please don't come. Just trust me. My heart sank. Nobody says don't come home unless they've got something to hide. The entire drive back, 3 hours of rain and paranoia, I imagined every worst-case scenario. My hands were shaking on the steering wheel, and every mile felt like it was dragging me toward a truth I wasn't ready for. When I finally reached our apartment, all the lights were off except the lamp in the living room. I unlocked the door slowly. Silence. Maya? I whispered. No response. I stepped farther inside, and that's when I saw it. A man's pair of shoes near the sofa. Muddy. Not mine. My stomach twisted so violently I had to hold onto the wall. I'd seen enough Reddit stories to know exactly how this would go. Girl panics, girl's side guy shows up, boyfriend returns early, heartbreak and betrayal. I wasn't ready, but I walked to the bedroom anyway. The door was slightly open. I pushed it gently, and froze. Maya was sitting on the floor, knees to her chest, crying. Beside her lay a big duffel bag, opened, half unpacked, clothes scattered. Not another man. A bag. She looked up at me like she had seen a ghost. You weren't supposed to come, she whispered. My fists clenched. Who's here, Maya? She swallowed hard. My father. I blinked, confused. Your father? He's in jail. I know, she said, voice cracking. He escaped yesterday. The room tilted. I didn't even know what to say. She continued. He found our address. He told me he wanted me to come with him. He said he'd kill you if he saw you with me. That's why I told you not to come. I stared at the open duffel bag. You were going to leave with him? I whispered. She looked away. That silence was worse than any confession. I felt like my ribs were closing in on my lungs. So you were just going to walk out of my life? Without telling me anything? She wiped her eyes. I didn't have a choice. He said he'd hurt you. And she hesitated. He still thinks he owns me. I knelt in front of her. Maya, you don't owe him anything. He destroyed your childhood. You don't understand. She cut me off, voice suddenly sharp. He knows things about us. About you. He's been watching for months. My blood ran cold. What things? I whispered. She leaned back against the bed, shaking. He knew about your promotion, your car, your travel schedule. He told me details only someone close could know. That's when I noticed her phone screen lighting up beside her. Blocked number. New message. My heart hammered as she opened it. It read, You didn't listen. I told you to keep him away. Now I'm coming in. Every muscle in my body tensed. I rushed to the living room window, and that's when I saw him. A man, standing in the rain across the street. Unmoving. Staring directly at our apartment. Maya grabbed my hand. He'll kill you if he sees you. I exhaled slowly. Then we can't stay here. I grabbed the duffel bag, zipped it, and pulled Maya to her feet. We slipped out through the back stairwell, each step echoing with adrenaline. The local police station was 5 minutes away. Every shadow looked like him. Every sound felt like footsteps chasing us. When we burst into the station, Maya collapsed into a chair. The officers listened, confirmed there was already an active manhunt for her father, and immediately sent a team to our building. He was gone when they reached. But they found something else, taped to our apartment door. A note. 3 words. She's still mine. The officer folded it up, but I saw enough. Maya looked at me with eyes full of guilt and fear. We're not safe, are we? I wrapped my arm around her. No, I whispered. But he's wrong. You're not his. And I'm not letting him take you again. It wasn't the ending I imagined, but it was the beginning of a fight I wasn't backing out of. The next morning, neither of us had slept. Maya sat curled up on the couch in the safe house apartment the police arranged, staring at the floor like she was afraid it would open up and swallow her. I made her some tea, but her hands were shaking too badly to hold it. What if he finds the safe house too? She whispered. He won't, I said, even though I wasn't fully sure. He's one man. The police. She cut me off. You don't know him. He survives on obsession. He used to track my mother everywhere. Even when she hid in shelters. That sent a shiver through me. Around noon, an officer knocked on our door. Good news, he said. We got a lead. A neighbor near your old apartment reported seeing a man matching his description leaving at dawn. He didn't try to break in again. I felt a temporary wave of relief. Until Maya spoke. That's not him, she said quietly. The officer frowned. How do you know? Her voice cracked. Because he never leaves without leaving a sign. A sign? I echoed. She nodded slowly. My whole childhood, when he wanted me to know he was nearby, he'd leave something small behind. Something only I'd understand. The officer asked gently. Like what? Maya hesitated, then turned to me with a terrified expression. A white feather. My stomach dropped. A feather? Why that? Because when I was little, he used to call me his little bird. Every time he punished me, he'd say he was clipping my wings. I swallowed hard. And you haven't seen any feathers? She didn't answer. Instead, she stood up, trembling, and walked to her bag. She lifted the flap. And my blood ran cold. Inside, right on top of her clothes, lay a single white feather. The officer stiffened. How did that get inside your bag? Only you two have been here. My mouth went dry. I packed that bag myself last night. Maya backed away like the feather was poison. He was here, she whispered. He got close enough to touch my things. The officer grabbed his radio, calling backup instantly. I wrapped my arms around Maya as she sobbed into my chest. He's watching us, she choked out. He's not running. He's waiting. And for the first time, I felt it too. A presence, like someone was already in the building. Like he was playing a game, only he knew the rules to. The moment the officer called for backup, the entire safe house turned cold. Maya clutched my arm like she was afraid I'd disappear if she let go. Within minutes, 2 more officers arrived, checking every corner, every window, every hallway. But they found nothing. No forced entry. No broken locks. No footprints. Just that one white feather. The lead officer looked at us seriously. There's only one explanation. He tailgated someone inside the building, placed the feather, and left before anyone noticed. He wants control. He wants fear. Maya's voice cracked. He always wanted control. That's when the officer added something that froze my veins. We traced a call made from a burner phone near your old apartment, to a number registered under your name, Maya. She blinked. My name? But I didn't buy anything. We think he used your identity documents years ago. He's been preparing escape routes and hiding places long before he broke out. It hit me like a punch. He didn't just want her back. He wanted her entire life. That night, the police decided to move Maya to a high-security protection facility for victims of violent offenders. Only immediate partners were allowed to accompany them. Before we left, Maya suddenly whispered, I want to end this. I'm done running. I looked at her. What do you mean? She wiped her tears. He always hid in shadows because he knew I feared him. But if I stop being afraid, he loses. The next morning, with police surveillance surrounding the area, We returned to our apartment to collect the last of our things. Maya insisted on walking inside first. For the first time, she didn't flinch. She stood in the center of the living room, breathing heavily but steady. "This is my life," she whispered. "Not his." That's when an officer's voice echoed from the hallway. "We found him." My heart stopped. "He's been captured. Cornered 3 blocks from here." Maya collapsed into a chair, sobbing, not from fear this time. From release. From finally waking up from a nightmare that chased her entire childhood. When we arrived at the station, they let us see him from behind a one-way mirror. Her father looked smaller, weaker, nothing like the monster she had held in her mind. Maya squeezed my hand. "He never had power. I just didn't know it." And that was the moment she truly broke free. We walked out of the station into daylight. No shadows following us. No feathers. No whispered threats. Just peace. For the first time in months, she smiled at me. "We can finally start our life now," she said. And for the first time, I believed her.